Hi, kings and queens. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. I'd appreciate your comments, and when you subscribe and like my video and channel, it helps me bring you more. So sit back and enjoy. Journey of artistic expression. Stories and fairy tales. This is a DIY project of the necklace I made to wear at the Once Upon a Time convention. I call this the Evil Queen's necklace. To begin, I laid out all the pieces on a board of where I wanted them to be placed on the necklace. I used a black velvet tray. These are the tools I used: measuring tape, wire cutters, flat nose and round nose pliers. I'm starting with the materials such as jump rings, eye pins, filigree crystal pieces, spikes, and beads. I'm beading the eye pin. I cut it out an inch from the bead. Make a loop using the round nose pliers. I'm doing that 3 times. And don't worry, I will share some of the basic techniques that I'm using here at the end. So we're going to take one beaded eye pin, open one of the loops to slide in a spike. Do this for each spike and beaded pin. Now I'm going to open the other loop of the eye pin to slide in the filigree piece. I do that 3 times, and this is what it looks like. This is what I'm going to do for all of the filigree pieces. When that part is done, that is what it looks like. From this point, I'm going to attach the filigree pieces to the curved casting charm with jump rings. I did that 2 more times. And this is what it looks like. Then I tried to use jump rings to attach the curve casting charms to one another. But it didn't work because the jump rings were too small. Instead, I made my own connectors using the leftover wire I had cut off from the eye pins by making a loop on either side. From there, I ran out of battery and kept it going, not realizing that the battery had died. Anyhow, once the 3 charms were attached to each other, I added the chain and toggle clasp, basic techniques that I used. These links are from the chain I used for this necklace. Each link has an opening just like a jump ring. To open and close a jump ring, always use pliers on either side of the opening to hold the jump ring in place. Then, with a slight twist of your wrist, you're going to open the jump ring and slide in an item, and that is how the opening is formed. You would use the same technique, but in the opposite way, to close it back up. You never ever pull the openings apart, because once that's done, the shape is distorted and it loses its strength. My pin already has a loop on one end. Now I'm showing you how to make a loop at the other end. Using round nose pliers. Hold the tip of the eye pin to the pliers at whatever spot along the pliers to make the size of the loop you want. Using your wrist, you're going to twist and turn the pliers to form the loop. Ease your grip of the pliers on the eye pin and reposition them to the base of the loop and twist the loop at a 90-degree angle.
Alright, so just wanted to show you the chain that I used, as well as the toggle clasp. And you can see here the chain, they're just links, so there was an opening, so I was able to open it and then slide in this loop here. Same with this one. I was able to slide this loop into this piece here. And the same goes for the toggle clasp. Different materials that I used. I just showed you the chain and the toggle clasp. There were 3 different sizes of spikes. These are the small ones, top edges of the necklace. Got closer to the center, I used larger spikes. You can see here the spikes. Okay, so this one is a small one, this is the medium size. And like I mentioned, as I got closer to the center, there were only 3 sizes. So you can see these are the medium, and these are the large. And then I'm returning back, medium, then medium to small, as you can see here. Beads here that are hanging above the spikes. I used 2 different sizes. So down at the edges, over at the edges of the necklace, they were small. As I got closer to the center, I used bigger sizes. You can see these two are bigger than this one here. So we are heading towards the center. Like with the large spikes, you can see the 3 big beads there. These beads are actually plastic because I didn't want to get the necklace to be too heavy. The spikes and the filigree pieces here, see the filigree pieces with the crystal. Everything else, including the curved charm, these are the curved charms here. I used 3 of those. Right? They're all silver plated metals. In total, I used 15 of the small spikes. 15. For the medium-sized spikes, I used 10. For the large ones, I used 3. Actually, the small spikes, I used 14. For the small beads, I used 24. Large beads, I just used 3. Actually, I used more than that. I used 9. The 3, I only used 3 casting charms. So I didn't show you how I made those connectors, but I will just have to show you basically what they look like. So, like I mentioned, it was just the leftover of the eye pin that was cut off, and then I made 2 loops. 1 loop here, and 1 loop there. See? And then I was able to open them up with the pliers, and then you can see I slid the loop into them. And I did that here too. This is the second one. I only made 2.
And for the filigree crystal pieces, I used 9 in total. Alright folks, this is the end of my DIY project for this Once Upon a Time Evil Queen necklace that I made for the Once Upon a Time convention that I went to. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please make some suggestions as to other DIY projects you would like to see, and subscribe, because when you do that, it helps me to bring you more content of this nature. Have a fantabulous day. Toodles!